My first guest has won 4 Emmys, playing Dan Fielding, the unctuous toady. And I love saying the word unctuous. Say it with me, the unctuous. Yeah. The unctuous toady on Night Court. Please welcome, I gotta get this name right, because I know him, he's a friend, and I always screw it up, John Larroquette.
This is great.
I haven't seen you.
I'm a creep, and I don't care about other people's lives, so I didn't send you anything when you started this, but congratulations. Let me say that.
Thank you, man. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for coming clean with the public about being a creep. Now, John...
This is like, I mean, the Green Brothers' idea of a fantasy room, right? Stickley and Frank Lloyd Wright would get into this place and just have a blast, wouldn't they? This is wonderful
Stickley,
stuff.
there's like Joel Silver and Louis Anderson get that, and everybody else is thinking,
well, no,
who's that, the neighbor on
stuff.
Bewitched?
I have a lot of this same kind of stuff.
Do you?
It's great stuff. Yeah, the chair's a little weird, but it's fine.
I know. We've been having trouble with the chair. What do you, if you're an aficionado, what should I do to fix
this? Move forward a little bit so that you're not quite sitting at this angle here.
All right. From a man intimately acquainted with the wiles of gynecology, Dan Fielding. Now, I haven't seen you since the desert. We were out there doing a little piece of magic. My film debut.
It was so
Madhouse!
You know, I don't know if...
It is wacky. They love this in it.
An actor's actor,
Yeah.
Dennis Miller. Sort of like Mickey Rourke was in Body Heat. I mean, that intensity, that charisma that just bounced off. It was great. And we had a lot of fun out there. But,
Right.
and you and I saw the film. That was a...
Well, actually, I had always talked about, I decried films, and then I started to feel like a jerk for saying that, because I'd never done one. You were nice enough. I think you might have pulled some strings there, because I have no thespian background. And I came out and acted. I had like 4 lines. I was like, oh, I was your office crony, wasn't I?
Yeah, you were a peer, and actually you pulled us out of the morass of the backyard. That time you saved my life.
Yeah,
Yes.
I would run back and go, Dan, get it together.
He was very good.
Cut! Cut! Then I'd go back to the trailer and bemoan my fate. But we had a good time out there.
I certainly did. I had a great time with you. So, what else? What are you doing?
Your last year, man? Is this thing going to end finally?
I don't know. There was actually a philosophical discussion of that today on the set.
Oh, you were actually taping today?
No, rehearsing. Today's our first day of the week, so we just actually read the script today. I don't know. Nobody has said yes. Nobody has said no. It's iffy, I think, though, that it would be. It's extremely expensive. It's not, it's getting kind of old. It's like your granddad. You don't mind him in the house, but you don't want to have to see him all the time.
Right. Well, I heard a rumor that if it does come back, you're going to replace Haas.
But
Oh, wait, that was Bonanza. Sorry. Richard Mall?
Oh, really? Did you hear this? I didn't hear this.
No,
I don't think he's irreplaceable. Richard Mall is irreplaceable.
Big Dick Mall.
Yeah, until the next ice age, anyway. And he likes to be called that Big Dick Mall.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going to happen.
Would you like to do it again?
No.
It's a great gig. No? You burn out?
No, I'm not supposed to say that, I guess, is the political stance. But I don't, I want, my greed factor is obviously working overtime with it. But I think that after 9 years, it's been extremely, all the advantages of it, all of the accolades and the money and the security and the character has been great to do. But after a while, what are you doing except just sort of like Lulu? Every week you're drawn the same way, after a while it gets to be infuriating as an actor, which is, nobody cares about that. If it's funny on the air, it's funny, and it is usually funny, but it's time to move on, I think.
Well, I think people dig that you're that forthcoming about stuff. I knew if I'd asked you, is it time for you to go, and you thought it was, you'd tell me. A lot of people would do the smoke and mirror thing.
Oh, no, I can't.
You got that honesty jag in you, don't you?
I know, it's a curse, It's really, in many ways, is because it's the truth, I don't see the way that other people see. I'm talking about if you're in a show, the way America, or the way the public views you. You're in this real time warp. There's no real life going on. There's no there's that character. But as the actor, you know, I have to get into him every day,
right.
And after a while, I just want to punch the son of a bitch. You know, I don't. Oh, because he's a great character to do, but after a while, as an actor, you go, now what?
Right.
You know, gee. Anyway,
now you did a little snippet. You did a little snippet in JFK that got left out. What happened?
I did. I played, strangely enough, I played Johnny Carson,
You played a Johnny Carson type, or you actually
I played Johnny Carson? Although in the film he wasn't called Johnny Carson. They changed the name, I guess, for legal reasons. But in '67, I think it was '67, Garrison came on The Tonight Show, and Carson did an hour with him. And Stone wanted this in the movie as part of the whole scheme of the movie. But the movie was like 4.5 hours long when he finished it, so there was stuff that had to go, and those scenes were not germane to the thrust of the film, so they were cut. He was very nice, so he sent a letter and sent the tape so I could view it if I wanted to. Yeah, fat chance.
How were you?
Yeah, I love sitting down in a dark room and staring at this for, you know, more time than I have to. No, I don't like watching myself. But it was nice to be part of it. It would have been nice to be seen in it.
Yeah.
But it was nice to act with him and act with Kevin.
Well, yeah, Kevin Bacon was great in there. And,
Kevin Bacon no, wait a minute, come here. I'm not going to defend his acting necessarily. Well, what I will defend.
He was great.
I was born and raised in New Orleans.
Who was I talking like there? Where's the guy in there? Yeah. But he was
Richard Crenna, wasn't it? Was that Richard Crenna?
Richard Crenna when he.
Kevin Bacon had the most authentic New Orleans accent of anybody in the movie.
Right.
He really found it. That part was very good.
The gay New Orleans accent.
Well, there are.
Well, you was a DJ back then in New Orleans.
Yes. Well, not in '63. I mean, not there.
No, but you served some time down there, didn't you? Were you privy to that? That was my favorite part of the movie was the debauchery that went on before all the historical stuff. You know, the parties that Pesci and Tommy Lee would have. God, it seemed like a crazy city, man. Amyl nitrate.
It was just that, it was that way on the heterosexual side of the street as well. I mean, it wasn't indigenous to the homosexual side.
No, but just in that movie, it was so debauched that made me laugh so hard. They were dressed like Mercury, and they had the amyl nitrate. I just said, how is this ever going to get back to Dealey Plaza, for God's sake?
I knew 6'4" guys named Tinkerbell in the French Quarter when I was 19, you know. Cinderella, you know. It is a city that loves to be theatrical, and all of the theater comes out in the streets.
Right.
You know, people are just that way in that town. It's great for that.
I can't imagine you as a DJ. What fresh hell for somebody with your active mind was that like? Did you enjoy it, or was it?
No, I think the Downers kept me pretty dull during those days, so it wasn't. I don't think I over.
So that was the Downer
anybody.
Phase.
Right, it was the free radio phase. You know, mother radio, where you could play 3 hours of Korean wedding gongs, and people would listen to it because when they turned the radio once, break out the bong and break out the FM radio, and that was it for 3 days. So you could do anything.
Was your name actually Johnny Larroquette then?
No, my name was Judas.
Yeah.
I was Judas, and all the other DJs were the apostles, Peter and Paul.
Wow, a little cute little theme thing going on.
Well, it was, and I picked Judas just because it seemed most appropriate to my personality.
Mm-hmm. Wow, what a telling thing to reveal to me just as we're about to cut out of this interview.
That's how I timed it.
Beautiful, John. A Garbo-like air of mystery surrounds John Larroquette. Thanks for coming on, Johnny. I appreciate it, buddy.